Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you felt you weren't a priority for others? Have you ever experienced a moment when you completed a job well, had a great idea, or did something truly valuable for others only to receive no credit for it? I know this is hard to deal with. Unfortunately, sometimes even when you act in the right way, do what's best for everyone, and make yourself available to others, people may not notice or pretend not to notice your true worth. In fact, if you keep trying to please people who don't give you the recognition you deserve, you might end up disheartened, and reversing this situation can be quite challenging. It's undoubtedly an unpleasant feeling, and it becomes even worse when it involves someone close to you, such as family, friends, or a partner. According to Stoic philosophy, we shouldn't expect recognition from others because it's beyond our control, and such recognition may not happen. Therefore, you shouldn't wait for it, as that's a recipe for frustration. But what if I told you there are methods to become a priority in someone's life, to be more recognized? In fact, if you understand and apply what we're about to show you, it's quite possible that this can happen. There are some steps that can help you stay at the top of someone's list. By following these 9 steps, you can ensure that the people you care about feel that you are always a priority in their lives. Now that you understand the problem, it's time to revolutionize your approach by learning the solution. Let's go. Before we begin, I'd like to ask you to make sure you watch this video until the end, because every step is important. Step 1. Instill the fear of losing you. This is one of the most effective psychological methods to ensure someone sees you as a priority. People are generally more driven by the fear of losing something than by the potential of gaining it. If you want someone to consider you a priority, you need to make them fear losing you. To achieve this, start by emotionally distancing yourself. Stop sharing your innermost thoughts and feelings with them. Begin to divide your time among other people as well. This will create the impression that they are not as significant to you as they once were. This technique is highly effective, but it must be used with caution. If you distance yourself too much, they might stop trying to regain your attention. Therefore, it is crucial to use this method wisely and maintain a balance. Step 2. Avoid being always available. The concept of quality over quantity applies to many aspects of life, including relationships. If you want to become a priority in someone's life, you may need to be less available. The more accessible you are, the greater the chance of being taken for granted. This doesn't mean you should only be available when it suits you, but if you constantly adjust and accommodate others, it's time to prioritize yourself. By showing that you have a life outside of them and that you're not just waiting around for them, you'll make them appreciate your presence more. Step 3. Maintain an air of mystery. People are often drawn to the enigmatic and the unknown, which can create a captivating allure and deepen connections in relationships. To be seen as a priority, avoid revealing everything about yourself right away. Instead, drop subtle hints about your hobbies and interests without providing too much detail. Give vague answers to questions and avoid sharing too much about your past. The aim is to keep the other person intrigued and eager to learn more about you. Over time, this will lead them to view you as a priority in their life. Step 4. Encourage them to invest in you. This step requires careful and moderate handling because you want to draw people closer, not push them away. Consider this. Who is more likely to see you as a priority? Someone who has invested a lot in you or someone who hasn't? The answer is clear. To be seen as a priority, you need to allow others to invest in you. This can be achieved in several ways. For instance, let them invest their time in you by declining plans you know you can't keep. Additionally, demonstrate that your time is valuable. Don't always be available, and occasionally make them wait for you. This approach sends the message that you are special and they need to put in more effort to earn your time. This will make them view you as a challenge and start to prioritize you. Remember to use this technique in moderation to ensure it works effectively. Overdoing it might lead to the opposite of the desired outcome. Step 5. Prioritize your own needs. This isn't about being selfish. It's about ensuring you don't put yourself in situations where you're not valued. For instance, if you know someone won't treat you as you deserve, why stay close to that person? By surrounding yourself with people who see you as a priority, you increase your chances of being valued. Remember, you can't control how others feel about you, but you can control how you feel about yourself. If you want to be a priority in someone else's life, make sure you're a priority in your own life first. Step 6. Avoid making them the center of your life. People are often drawn to things that are not easily accessible. The more someone feels they need to work for something, the more they desire it. You might have heard the saying, "The grass is always greener on the other side," which reflects people's tendency to be more interested in what they don't have. This principle applies to relationships as well. This step emphasizes that you should keep this in mind when interacting with others. Maintain a certain distance to make people more attracted to your presence. This approach sends the message that you're not desperate for their attention, and over time, they will value you more. Step 7. Stop always being the one to initiate communication. If you often find yourself being the one to start conversations with someone important in your life, it might be time to step back. This may seem counterintuitive, as you might think that to become a priority in someone's life, you should be the one to initiate communication. However, the answer is no. When you're always the one reaching out, the other person can start to take you for granted. They become accustomed to your efforts and begin to see you as less important. So, what's the alternative? Simply stop initiating communication and observe the outcome. If the other person truly cares about you, they will make an effort to get in touch. Step 8. Cultivate your own happiness. If you want to become a priority in someone's life, it's crucial to create your own happiness and not rely on them for it. While it's wonderful to have someone who makes us feel good, depending on them for our happiness can lead to disappointment. Additionally, when we rely on others for happiness, we are not truly living our own lives. We're living according to their agenda and priorities, which can lead to resentment. To be a priority in someone's life, focus on creating your own happiness. This will not only make you happier in the long run, but also make you more attractive to others because you'll appear more balanced and self-assured. Step 9. Be ready to walk away. The idea of leaving someone we care about can be daunting, but it's a crucial step. By showing that you're not afraid to walk away, you communicate that you won't settle for less than you deserve. The right person will naturally see you as a priority and make an effort to keep you in their life. Always remember that your responsibility is to do the right thing, which is within your control. You should be aware that your actions are justifiable, and this should make you feel good. Don't always expect to be credited or recognized, and understand that people might not always value you as they should. Give it time, and people will naturally start to value you. Here's the conclusion to wrap up these 9 steps on being a priority in other people's lives. We've all had moments where we felt neglected or not prioritized. However, it's essential to remember that our life journey is unique, and other people's priorities may not reflect our true worth. Instead of letting these situations affect our self-esteem, use them as opportunities for personal growth. The key is to prioritize ourselves, taking care of our happiness and well-being. Eventually, others will start to notice and give you the value you deserve. Even when others don't place you at the top of their list, you can and should prioritize yourself. This isn't selfishness, it's self-compassion and self-determination. By doing so, we can build healthier relationships, make decisions aligned with our goals, and live a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you found this content valuable. I'll leave 2 videos here that you might be interested in watching too. See you soon.